Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. Guess what? You're in for a treat today. I've never shown you how to be able to create this particular look on glass before on a Facebook Live. So I'm excited to be able to take you through the process. What I want you to be able to start thinking is this whole concept of what I'm trying to teach you in the way of finishes is that not only can you do it on furniture, countertops, your kitchen cabinets, you can do it on glass. Look at this. You're gonna have a little bit of reflection in that. Is that beautiful? Now, I've also got this one was done with golden whites, which we were talking about. Thank you, Theo. Don't you love every time I get on here, he has to make himself known. And look at this one. This one has just a little bit of kind of a blue-green to it. Isn't that fabulous? But I am loving this gold. I'm loving this golden white. Now, here's what's kind of fun. Think about anywhere that you're going to use glass, how you can create a finish like this. So let's talk about it. If you go to IKEA, they have great looking cocktail tables that are about $90 that you can lacquer the iron. It has an iron base. And then they have glass tops that are very inexpensive that come with the cocktail table, and you can do this finish on it. So imagine the table being lacquered in white or maybe gilded in gold, and then do this finish on the top. Are you with me? Here's something else. You can incorporate this finish on glass and use it as a backsplash. So you can go to your hardware store, have them cut the glass, it's very inexpensive, and then that way make this technique and this becomes your backsplash. It's fabulous. It really is adding not only a visual texture, but something that's very easy to keep clean. Hey Randy, hey guys. So I love how y'all, when you get on here, you tell me where you're watching from. That makes my heart swell. Just makes me feel so good. So thank you for that. So I am going to be taking you through the process, but I want you to be thinking too, light fixtures, anything that has a globe to it. Here's another thing where I've used this before. When I'll take old cupboards or china cabinets that have glass doors, put this finish in the glass doors. It's so easy and so fabulous and takes only minutes to be able to create. So as you pop on here, say hey, and guess what? If you share this video, I'm going to be putting your name in for a drawing, and I'm going to be sending you a can of White Perfection lacquer. Hey Franklin, Tennessee. Hey Nancy. You're my neighbor. Y'all are just a few hours away. And I'm going to be giving you these gold mica powders. Guess what? This is a little teaser too. We just introduced our brand new mica powder. These are a larger container. Look at this. And a lot of people will say, what do I use this mica with? Guys, you can make custom metallic waxes with it. You can add this to paint. But one thing that a lot of people have been asking me for are all these new colors. Look at this. This is diamond dust. This is magnificent. It gives you a beautiful metallic finish. You can create just a clean metallic wax with the Mind Your Own Beeswax. Another one of my favorites. This is a brighter gold, and this one. People have been wanting this for so long. This is a pearl. So here you go, guys. My folks that have been saying, Amy, when are you gonna have our micas again? Here they are. So you've got mica in the pearl, we've got copper, and I could very easily do this on the finish that I'm doing today. This is kind of a bronze color, and then this is pewter. So you can make, that's Michelle's favorite. You can make pewter waxes. You can make all kinds, you just mix a teaspoon of this with your Mind Your Own Beeswax, and it's amazing. It's an amazing, simple technique over the one-step paint, or the milk paint for that matter. All right, so are y'all ready to learn how to do this? I love teaching you something that is totally outside of the box because it really helps to develop your eye in the way that you're going, I see things differently. You know, just thinking about, there's a lot of people out there that are jewelry makers. This is a technique that you could do on jewelry, on drops. When you think about anything that's glass, I think about cocktail tabletops. If maybe you've got a piece that you've painted, you could do this technique on the glass and set the glass on top of it.
Do you know where it would be beautiful?
Where?
everybody's restoring windows, old windows from old houses.
Yes, you could do that. If you have old windows and you like this technique, you could definitely do this on an old window. So I just love the fact that this is such a great finish to put on a piece of furniture, and I love the fact that IKEA has very inexpensive pieces of furniture. Hey, Monica, that you can do this technique on, and it takes it to a whole new level. I like you being able to take things to rescue and restore, but I also love IKEA hacks. I love for you to be able to take something that's really inexpensive and make it look like it was much more expensive. All right, so there you go. There's the finish. Now I'm going to show you how to be able to create it. All right, so this one, I actually did the back. I'm going to show you it's a little bit different technique. And where I'm showing you gold today, you can actually do it also in silver. Well, hey, is Mary, it's an unusual, Mary Hannah from Hernando, Mississippi. You're also a neighbor. Hey guys, hey Connie. All right, so what you're gonna need to start with, hey Paulette, you're gonna need to start with just regular glass. You can see this. We just went to the hardware store. Is this 1/8 inch?
It is just what's available at Lowe's. When you ask them for glass, that's what they have.
This was available at Lowe's, and I would imagine it's 1/8 inch.
Probably.
Most cupboards. Now, if you are, if you've got a cupboard, there's so many great looking cupboards, guys, that when I say cupboards, like a china cabinet that have glass doors in it, you could totally do this on a cupboard. Lacquer the thing, and then do this in the doors. Oh my gosh, you're just going to take it to a whole new level. I'm wanting to inspire you in that way. All right, so you're going to start with regular glass like this. You want to make sure that it's clean. And the finish that you're doing, and this is the way I want you to remember it, we're working on the back of the glass. Right now, well, good morning, Australia. Hey, Karen. So the great way I just have to say this. We've been working with DHL and Zonos forever. Sorry, guys. But anyway, next week, we're excited to be able to introduce our international shipping through our partnerships with DHL and Zonos. So, woohoo, we're excited about our Canada neighbors, Mexico, Australia, UK, all those folks that have been so patient and so kind and so sweet to wait on us getting that together. So thank you for that. So yes, you could, if you're painting a campaign dresser and it's white, you could totally do this technique on glass. Have glass cut to go on the top of it, protects your finish, and it'll look amazing. All right, so I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to turn my camera down so you can see it for just a second. And hold on just a second. Here we go. All right, so let me make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Here's the bottom of my glass. Okay,
yes.
Good. All right. Now, here's something really weird, guys. Y'all are going, what is she doing? I develop finishes like this, so that's why it's weird. You will have never seen it anywhere else because I actually developed it. Now, you're going to need a really fancy piece of equipment to do this. This really fancy schmancy sprayer. Now, this spray bottle, the reason I want you to use this, where's that other one? That'll be a really good one to show them what not to use. You've got to be able to have an adjustable sprayer like this because it has a nozzle that you can turn it. Do not use this one. Now, these are great for other projects, but don't use it on this because this is a mister. The opening in this is going to be way too small. Okay, is everybody with me? You've got to be able to have this sprayer. It's going to be a lot larger. We use this to clean around the shop, and so I like it because it's got this adjustable top to it. Now, here's the other thing. You're going to place this sprayer right on top of your glass. If you are working with like a round top, if you're doing a cocktail tabletop, which I've done this on an IKEA piece before, you're going to hold your bottle like this over the glass, and you're going to pull the trigger, and you're going to shoot up into the air, and the droplets are going to fall. Do not spray it like this. This is a do not. Do not spray it like this. You're wanting to pull the trigger, it goes up into the air, and then it falls down. That way it's much more irregular and it looks more natural. Is everybody with me? All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pull my trigger. Now, and here's the other thing. If I pull it too fast and too much, then my droplets are going to be smaller. If I pull it just a little bit, they become dribbles. And I'm going to move this bottle around the glass, depending on the size of it. I could very easily be doing some cupboard doors, or a cocktail table. So I'm going to pull this. I'm going to do a different one. So I'm going to do this one about medium. So that gave me medium droplets. Now I'm going to do just a little bit closer, but I'm never turning this over. Look at that. See how some of those can be a little larger? Are you loving this? Send me some love, guys. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And remember, if you share this video, I'm going to send you some white lacquer and some mica dust. All right, so you can't see this probably on camera, but that's with my fancy schmancy sprayer. And now I'm going to let the water sit there. It's not drying. It's going to sit there. But when you are getting ready to do your finish, you don't want to move it from here to another place. Why? It's going to run. So now I'm going to take my White Perfection lacquer. This is a nitrocellulose lacquer. And I know y'all are going, well, I can't look at you. I hurt my ribs, so I can't be doing my camera up and down. Hold on. Well, your hand will show. It's okay. It's all right. We're good. All right, so I'm going to take my White Perfection lacquer and I'm going to shake it up. I've got a shaker person helping me. Okay, good job. So you want to shake it really good, probably for about 2 to 3 minutes. We shook this before we went live. And so you're going to see the nozzle that you've got here. I want you to be able to go from left to right like this and work your way all the way down where you put your water down. Are you ready? This is weird. This is totally weird, but you're going to spray on top of the water. Maybe I should put that down under this. Okay, go on and put that over here.
We're still going to probably have overspray, but we'll be okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, my droplets I think are a good size. Okay, we ready? Shake up your lacquer. We're working with White Perfection. Now look at this.
It's my favorite part.
It's like a science project. Look at this. Sharing is caring. Share this video for somebody that does finishes and they're going to go, that woman is nuts. What is she doing? Now, I'm going to turn it this way. Usually I will do one pass this way and then I come back and I do another pass this way. Are y'all with me? Here we go. All right.
You're getting high.
Yeah. It's hard to do. It's hard to do these. I don't need to be inhaling this. We're in a really big room, but I really want you to make sure you wear a mask when you do this. It's hard for me to wear a mask because I'm talking. And so, you know what? I think I'm going to get the hairdryer and blow these fumes away. That's not connected.
We're not plugged in.
All right. So now, I'm going to take a lint-free rag. Do not use a paper towel that has a pattern in it. If you have the paper towels, Viva paper towels are great. No, wait, is it Viva or Bravo? Guys, tell me, which is the paper towel that doesn't have this pattern in it?
I think it's Viva.
Is it Viva?
Mm-hmm, I do.
You can use the paper towel that does not have a pattern. And I want you to fold it in such a way like this.
Do you want some air?
Let me do this and then I'm going to let you give me some. And make a pad like this. And then watch this. Here's the magic. And I'm going to come back. Look at this. And the water never dries. And what happens when I hit this, now I'm working right after. I'm not going to walk away and let this be on there for a couple of hours. Look at this. So what it does, it gives me these open areas of droplets that gives that organic look. Is that the coolest? Are we having so fun? Now, because we've applied this paint here, now blow that for me, Michelle. Let's dry this. Is it working? Let me dry this for just a second, guys. All right, so now let me show you this. Now this is starting to make sense. This is the back of the mirror. You're working on the back. So right now, this is the back. When you go to use this on something, it's protected. You don't have to put anything on top of it because it's already protected. This is the front of the glass because it's on the back. Is everybody with me? All right, so now, see how organic that is? That's what we've pulled through. This is where the gold is going to show through. Are you with me? All right, so now, let's take our gold mica. So these are our new mica sizes, everything these are in. We have 7 gorgeous colors. Now, let's say maybe you're like, Amy, I don't like gold. I'd like another color, okay? You know what you could do? You could do it in pewter if you wanted to. You could follow with pewter. Oh my gosh, I'm loving that. Okay, you know what? This is how I am. I go rogue. So I'm gonna do...
Are you gonna do pewter?
I'm gonna do half in pewter, and I'm gonna do half in gold. Not that I would do that on a piece of furniture, but I want you to just see the difference. Is everybody with me? All right, so I'm gonna take my gold mica, and I'm gonna mix it. Yumminess, just yummy, yummy. I'm gonna take a little bit out, put it in my plastic cup, like this. And I'm gonna add a little bit of glazing liquid. And the glazing liquid or glazed over, added with my mica powders, added with my mica powders, is basically going to make a gold paint. So I'm going to stir this up. And it's pretty generous. I'm wanting to make sure that it's fairly thick. Can you see that? Look at that. Now I've got gold paint. Yummy gold paint. I could mix any of these colors. I could make a pearl paint, I could make a pewter or copper. That's what these mica powders, that's one thing I'm able to do first off the bat. I can do art with this. But I thought it would be easy that way for you to be able to see how I can use it on this glass. I'm just gonna use a sponge brush. Let's do 1 part gold, and then we're gonna do the other side in our silver. So I'm just gonna take a sponge brush. Be sure, guys, when you pop on, say hey, tell me where you're coming in from, and share the love. That way, if you share the video, then that way, one, you're caring. Sharing is caring. And your name will go in for a drawing. But I'm going to be giving away some White Perfection lacquer and some gold mica powders. All right, so I'm going to just set that around. I'm wanting to put this over all of these openings that I pulled away. If you're just now popping on, you're going, what is she doing? You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of the video. All right, so I'm making sure I go over those areas first. Then I'm just going to come back and I'm going to fill it in like this. All right. Yumminess. Look, I know it looks kind of messy back here, but still it's going to look really pretty from the front. We're working on the back of the glass, okay? So what do we talk about? Those of you that maybe are pewter, do we like the idea of the pewter?
I love pewter. All
right, so I'm going to take the pewter, do the same thing. This is my pewter mica powders. It's your favorite?
It's my favorite color.
So I'm just going to take a little bit of this pewter mica powders and mix it again with just a little bit of glazing liquid. Just a little dab will do you.
More?
I think that's probably good. So that's just a little bit of my glazing liquid. I'm gonna mix that up. I may have to have a little bit more. I'm making a mess. Let me just show them on camera so that way you can see. This is the glazing liquid that I'm mixing this. We call it glazed over. Take just a little bit more. And on a normal piece, I wouldn't, Amy, on a normal piece, I would not do 2 colors, just so you know. I'm just wanting, out of curiosity, I think it's kind of fun to be able to show you what things look like. All right, so now look at that. Is that yummy? Yum, yum, yum. Such a beautiful pewter. All right. So now I'm gonna take my sponge brush. I'm gonna put that down. I'll put it kind of heavy and let it sit there for just a second. That way, after it's come to tack just a little bit, it's thicker, and that way I can spread it out. But if you've got some time to be able to let it dry, you don't have to put it on this thick. I'm doing this because my Facebook Lives, I've got to do it quickly. So this is more if you've got more of a neutral palette. I just like the gold. I think it's fun. I'm getting crazy on y'all today, aren't I? Y'all are like, this is not what you normally do, Amy. Well, this, I'm just going to tell you, I have done this in a house before. This was the backsplash, and it was out of this world. It literally cost less than $200 to do the entire backsplash, and I did a, that was the glass, all the paint, everything included, and I actually came back and did a stencil in Mylar where I had a pattern on it. So I'm just going to spread this out. All right, so now we're working on the back. This is not dry by any means, but let's check it out and see what it looks like. Let's turn this around.
Ooh, yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now looking at the pewter, I probably would have done a lot smaller openings because it's so contrasting. Because the gold isn't as contrasty. All right, so now let's take one that I did just a few minutes before we went live and see how I did the smaller little dots. And then I've got my larger ones that are kind of organic looking. I'm just going to tell you, I don't know how this looks on camera, but it is just really stunning here in person. Now, so let me show you the back. This is what the back looked like with my gold. See, here's the front. Here's the back. So all I did, let's go over the steps again. One, water first. Let the water droplets sit there. Spray the white lacquer on top of it. Then pull the white droplets away. Then come back and add the gold. And now I've got a couple of options. I can come back and I can lacquer the back of this to seal it and do it in blue if I want a little bit of a bright blue poking through. I can come back and lacquer it with my white, which is what I'm going to do. I can come back and lacquer it with a gray. So let me get my board again.
I have another one for you that's bigger.
Okay. And I'll lay this down. And then you do want to finish off the back of it. You want to seal it because, oh, here's another thing. I did an office to where we applied these in panels in a spa. I forgot all about that. And it was fantastic. So if you have a dining room, if you have a commercial space, and you want to be able to have glass on walls, especially above a wainscot or whatever, it's actually really, really beautiful. So now this is the back of my mirror. This is what I'm going to apply or sit down, or if this is my cocktail tabletop or my backsplash. And now that makes it just a little bit more solid. Look at that. Can you see? I don't want you to see the reflection of my light, but it looks like it's kind of hard. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let me hold this up.
It's pretty.
Did it turn out good?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
Hey, Anita. Nadine, you actually like the pewter. Well, and here's the deal. I love the pewter and I love the gold. And here's the deal. Here's my suggestion. On doing the pewter, I see how I've just got all these much smaller nodules, kind of call them nodules. On the pewter, I would probably make them a little smaller, but now here's the deal. You can change the variations up with this a bazillion different ways. Instead of doing white lacquer first, maybe you do a blue lacquer or maybe a pale gray and then do the pewter. That way with the white and the gray, you wouldn't have as much contrast. Does that make sense? So just depending on the piece that you want to be able to paint, I wanted to be able to show you the technique that I had developed because it's really cool. It's not something that normally people would think about doing, but incorporating water and nitrocellulose lacquer allows you to be able to just really create all these cool looks. So now next time you go to IKEA and you're able to get a $90 table, you can come back, get that glass, create this finish, lacquer the whole thing in white, and it's gonna look like a bazillion bucks. So anyway, hope this was fun. Know that this is just a great technique on backsplashes, on a lot of different things. Yes, Jennifer, I love a home that has a mix of a lot of different things. I love lacquered furniture. I love beautiful abstract art and plasters. I did that earlier on a maker studio. And the diamond dust with this method, what color would you look? Let me see. Hold on, Bridget. Have you used the diamond dust with this method, and what color would look good with it? The diamond dust is, it's kind of a,
It's like diamond. It's like white.
yeah, it's kind of a, it's like a white color. Let me show everybody because they're going, what is she talking about? Here's the diamond dust. This is more of a kind of a pearl, and it probably would look good with white and maybe a medium value like a LaGrange. That LaGrange lacquer is a really pretty gray. It would just look good to mix this with maybe white and a gray. But, you know, if you live, depending on what parts of the world you live in, maybe you want to add a little bit of blue to it, the Belize. Those different lacquers are really pretty too. So anyway, it's a great technique. It's fun to be able to learn something new, and I'm just going to tell you, it's going to rock your world when you experiment with it. I promise. It's a lot of fun. Sharing is caring. Share this video, guys. Your name will go in for a drawing for some white lacquer and some gold mica powders, and we'll be doing the drawing on Monday. Love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.